ASML, the quiet giant powering the AI revolution. When investors think about the AI boom, they usually picture Nvidia's GPUs, AMD's accelerators, or the endless cloud clusters at Microsoft and Google. But behind every one of those chips, the true backbone of modern computing, stands a company most people have never seen, ASML Holding N.V. ASML doesn't make chips. It makes the machines that make chips possible, and that's exactly why its post-earnings surge has everyone talking. The unsung hero of the AI era. In every major technological revolution, there's a behind-the-scenes enabler. For artificial intelligence, that role belongs to ASML, the Dutch powerhouse quietly controlling one of the most complex, expensive, and indispensable technologies on Earth, EUV lithography. Imagine semiconductor manufacturing as a printing process. If Nvidia, TSMC, and Intel are the designers, then ASML builds the ultra-precise printer that etches microscopic patterns onto silicon wafers. These patterns form the brains of everything from iPhones to autonomous vehicles to AI servers humming inside massive data centers. Each of ASML's EUV, or extreme ultraviolet, lithography systems costs over $200 million, weighs nearly 200 tons, and contains more than 100,000 parts. It's the only company on the planet that can build them. Without ASML, the chips powering ChatGPT, iPhones, and Nvidia's GPUs simply wouldn't exist. Why AI supercharges ASML's growth? Artificial intelligence isn't just another tech trend, it's a structural shift, a once-in-a-generation upgrade cycle reshaping how chips are designed and manufactured. Every new AI model demands more compute, smaller transistors, and greater efficiency. That translates into demand for more advanced lithography systems, precisely ASML's domain. So as AI spending explodes from hyperscalers to automotive companies, ASML's order book fills up. Each new chip generation, GPU line, or fab construction funnels billions towards ASML because no other tool can make those chips. And the story doesn't stop at EUV. ASML is already building the next leap forward, high NA EUV, or high numerical aperture lithography. These machines will print even smaller, more efficient patterns, extending Moore's law deeper into the decade. Intel has already placed its first order, with a price tag exceeding $400 million per unit. In other words, AI isn't just boosting ASML, it's redefining its future. The earnings pop. What just happened? ASML's Q3 results reignited investor enthusiasm. Revenue? 7.5 billion euros, slightly shy of estimates but still strong. Net income, 2.1 billion euros, proving robust margins and operational excellence. Bookings, 5.4 billion euros, far above expectations, signaling intense future demand. Post-earnings, ASML stock surged, adding to a rally that's now up over 70% since April. That's a staggering comeback for a picks and shovels player in the AI race. The company guided for Q4 sales up to 9.8 billion euros with gross margins near 52% and reiterated its ambitious long-term target of 44 billion to 60 billion euros in revenue by 2030. That's not a growth story, it's a transformation story. ASML's unbreakable moat. Let's talk moat because ASML's is the size of a canyon. Its dominance isn't luck, it's the result of decades of R&D, tens of billions in investment, and a level of engineering complexity that borders on science fiction. Each of EUV systems fires plasma hotter than the sun, operates in a vacuum, and must align its mirrors to atomic precision. Replicating this would take decades and require rebuilding ASML's intricate supplier network, a feat so daunting that even China's state-backed programs have failed to catch up. And ASML's customer relationships run deep. Each machine is fine-tuned for a client's specific process, whether it's TSMC, Intel, or Samsung, creating long-term lock-in that makes switching suppliers virtually impossible. In fact, ASML's technology is now so strategically critical that the US and Dutch governments have restricted exports to China, citing national security concerns. When your product becomes part of global policy,
That's the ultimate sign of power. This trifecta, technological monopoly, customer lock-in, and geopolitical significance, makes ASML one of the most defensible companies on the planet. So, should you buy after the pop? Here's the million-euro question investors are asking. After such a strong rally, is it too late to buy ASML? Zacks currently rates ASML a buy, rank 2, forecasting above-average returns in the next few months. However, their VGM score of D indicates that while growth is strong, score B, valuation looks stretched, making it less attractive for value or momentum traders. Valuation metrics back that up. Metric ASML industry average PE F1 35.8x, 15.4x. Price sales 11.2x, 1.4x. Price book 19.9x, 1.2x. PEG ratio 1.71x, 1.25x. That's premium pricing for a premium moat, so short-term traders may hesitate, but long-term investors might see it differently. Remember, ASML isn't a cyclical chip maker riding the boom and boost wave. It's a strategic monopoly in the semiconductor supply chain. Every fab expansion, every AI chip generation, and every smartphone upgrade depends on its machines. Wall Street agrees. The average 12-month target sits around 1,052 euros, with some analysts calling for highs up to 1,175 euros, implying another 17% upside from current levels. The big picture, why ASML matters beyond investing. ASML's story goes beyond profits. It's a microcosm of how technology, economics, and geopolitics intertwine. Economically, ASML is the bottleneck for global semiconductor supply, the one company that can make or break chip roadmaps. Technologically, it's pushing human precision to atomic levels, enabling everything from AI to quantum computing. Politically, it's at the center of US-China tensions, symbolizing the strategic importance of chip sovereignty. When one company becomes that essential, its valuation ceases to be just about PE ratios, it becomes a proxy for the future of innovation itself. What long-term investors should watch? If you're looking at ASML for the long haul, focus on 3 factors. Adoption of high NA EUV. Intel's early orders are just the beginning. As more fabs adopt high NA, ASML's revenue per machine will soar. Geopolitical stability. Export restrictions to China remain a risk. About 15% of ASML's revenue historically comes from Chinese customers, so continued tightening could affect near-term sales. Cycle timing. Semiconductor demand cycles always ebb and flow. Short-term slowdowns can create buying opportunities for patient investors. Despite those risks, ASML's long-term narrative remains solid. It's positioned not just as a beneficiary of the AI revolution, but as its indispensable architect. PyUncut takeaway, the picks and shovels play of AI. If Nvidia is the gold miner of the AI rush, ASML is the company selling the shovels and the only one licensed to make them. The beauty of the picks and shovels approach is resilience. You profit no matter which chip maker wins, as long as the overall demand for AI and computing power grows. And that's exactly what ASML offers. Exposure to the entire semiconductor ecosystem without betting on a single brand. So while valuations are high and short-term volatility is always a risk, the company's fundamentals, technological moat, and global indispensability make it a core long-term compounder in any tech portfolio. Final thoughts. ASML's post-earnings rally isn't just a reaction, it's a recognition. Investors are finally realizing that the AI revolution runs on hardware, and that hardware runs on ASML's light beams and mirrors. From the outside, it might look like a niche industrial firm in the Netherlands, but peel back the layers and you see one of the most powerful forces shaping the 21st century economy. At PyUncut, we often say, don't just chase the headlines, invest in the infrastructure that makes them possible. ASML is exactly that kind of company. So, should you buy after the pop? If you believe AI will continue reshaping industries for decades to come, then ASML isn't a trade, it's a long-term partnership with the future of computing. This has been your PyUncut Market Breakdown, where we decode the financial heartbeat of the AI era one company at a time. Stay curious, stay invested, and keep your portfolio as native as the world it mirrors.